The 1930 census of the Hancock County Jail in Ellsworth, Maine, revealed the fascinating story of an infamous black outlaw during the 1920s and 1930s, the period of the Ku Klux Klan's reign in Maine, who was nearly lost to time. Lorin Eugene Roberts, referred to in the newspapers of the time as the much-hunted Negro, was descended from a long line of black Mainers going back to the 18th century in Washington County. He was one of less than half a dozen African Americans living in Hancock County at that time. The terminology used in newspapers during the period of Lorin's many problems with law enforcement dehumanized him and instilled fear in readers. This terminology and propaganda would have influenced many Hancock County residents who read the news or who conversed with others, including members of the various juries that laid verdicts against him. Marian Anderson was an important figure in the struggle to overcome racial prejudice in the United States during the mid-20th century. In 1939, the Daughters of the American Revolution refused to allow Anderson to sing to an integrated audience in Constitution Hall in Washington, D.C. With the aid of First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt and her husband, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, Anderson performed a critically acclaimed open-air concert on Easter Sunday, April 9, 1939, on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial before a crowd of more than 75,000 people and a radio audience in the millions. Just because there were very few black people in Maine in the middle of the 20th century doesn't mean racism and Klan ethos did not impact them. It is imperative that the story of Lorin Roberts and other African American Mainers be told soundly in fact. Unfortunately, there is very little evidence, such as trial transcripts, victim or witness testimonies, or evidence reports known to exist. The majority of what is known is through the hundreds of newspaper reports documenting his decade of crime. These stories must be told in the larger historical context of their time and the players involved.